Alrighty, welcome. This is Robert Forsch with The Truth. Probably the most important message I've ever gone live with. And there are people that I know that unfortunately have rejected what I've been telling them for a long time. And some I may just have met. I don't know. And it can be. Yeah, I have no idea why my communications link is cut out on a couple of times. Hopefully you can hear me all right. So with my research library, I'm exposing the truth about everything that I've been able to find out about. I have friends from all over the world that will send me information that I'll review and determine whether or not to add it to the Deep Learning AI research library. I'm going to make a statement that's a bit of a question as well. Seeing is believing. What? What do we see and what do we believe about it? So it gets rather complicated because with censorship that's going on right now, there's a suppression of the truth. It's the most censored topic known to mankind. It always has been. It's just now the sophistication of it has become more and more complicated and difficult to work through. So what I've been able to share on the Silent Weapons for Quiet Wars video in the comment thread is some of the most important information. I found out that this information will be life and death decisions that people are going to make either with or without the knowledge of what I'm talking about. They may think they know. They may think they've got it figured out and have discounted what I'm saying because they believe I'm deceived about, well, let's say, for example, the shape of the Earth. She's not a flat. She's stationary and level. The Earth is stationary and level, created by God. It's only by divine intervention that anybody can love and believe the truth, let alone find it. Some of these statements I continue to repeat because they're true. Okay, so I listen to the Bible day and night, base my actions, my beliefs, words, and actions on what I believe to be true and extremely important to know about. All right, so on Facebook, I was able to directly post the information that I'm talking about in a BitChute video. I dasn't even mention what the topic is about. Let's just put it this way. It's life and death. So as per usual, I pretty typically will allow the live chat without moderators and censorship by me, and I don't have an opportunity to know all of what's being said because of the nature of what I'm doing, the drive. So I give a lot of preference of my attention to the fact of driving the vehicle. A few days ago, within a week ago or so, I had a car that was going to turn left in front of me at an intersection. Now, in this Truthmobile, it wouldn't have been as big of a deal, and they probably wouldn't even have tried to do it because they would have seen me. I was on the motorcycle, and they were going to turn left in front of me, and what I did, I was in the right side of the lane, and then I veered to the left, which would have been the direction I would have wanted to go if they should have proceeded into the intersection, and I would have avoided them if they would have continued to go. However, they slammed on brakes. Now that vehicle right in front of us there it's going away, is an electric Tesla. It's a Tesla Model X, the gull wing version of the Teslas. We have technology to create electricity and charge those vehicles or ones like them with water or permanent magnet motors. I've generators. I've actually got a handful of freaking magnets right here. Spherical magnets, Rumen magnets. You can see Troy Reed, the magnet motor car guy, on my channel. I'm exposing free energy, world government, the military, medical, and financial industrial complexes, and the system of control of humanity through very sophisticated mind control technology that most are unaware of. We've got technology modifying the weather concurrently along with the people. We have situations that are going on that people will think, oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Unlikely that people know what I'm talking about. The full breadth of it, the full scope of it. Okay, so right now this is crossing over the Intracoastal Waterway. And it's chilly out. Right now it's it's 37 degrees with 84% humidity. In Wisconsin right now, where I grew up as a boy, it's 28 and there's a freezing fog warning. We're talking black ice. Black ice, there had been a lot of rain, so the calcium chloride or the salt, the rock salt or whatever they put on the road a lot of times is washed away with all the rain. So it can be really hard and it can be deadly. So people are going to die today. You can look it up. See where the people died today and for what cause. We're looking right now, it is 2024. We're in the month of February, and the last 4 years have been a wild ride. It's not over yet, not at all. There's a lot of horrific events waiting in the future, and I'm not fear-mongering. I just thought you should know, so you can have an accurate situational awareness to determine what you're going to do. What in the world are you going to do about it? Are you going to share the information you find out, or are you going to just ignore it? I had a friend respond to the information I put out this morning. I would say has been a good friend, and yet the response obviously indicated they didn't go through the whole video. They thought it was more fear-mongering, and they're a so-called truther. Or maybe they're not a truther anymore. Maybe they never were. Maybe they just wanted to connect with the truth guy and go along with that. I don't know. I could tell lots of stories, lots of another Tesla there. This car is on the radar for the Tesla world empire that Elon is building. I sent this critical information to Kimball Musk, Elon's brother, and Tosca Musk through Elon's sister through the network of Instagram, because I care. I don't want to see anybody spend an eternity in hell, even the devil. If this could go back and Lucifer, as he's pondering over trying to overthrow the Almighty, decides, I think I'm gonna back off on that domination of the universe plan. The Almighty's all-powerful and all-knowing. What in the heck would I be thinking trying to overthrow the Almighty? He did it anyway, apparently. And then we've got the situation of the Mandela effect and the Large Hadron Collider, CERN, in Switzerland, and there's been some high strangeness going on in our history. The mystery with history. We've had multiple resets. Resets as in the Great Flood was one of them. You can see archaeological evidence in my research library of melted castles. How do you melt a castle? How do you bury buildings that were supposed to be at a different point in history, known as the mud floods? And then we've got the Great Flood, where was that the same? And was the most recent reset only 150 or 200 years ago? Perhaps. I don't know what I don't know. Neither do you. I don't know what you do or don't know. So, what I am aware of is that it's disturbing. The whole situation is very disturbing. Friends and family apparently knowing the most important truth by their own proclamation may not. They may not know the way, the truth, and the life the way they believe they do. Even though they can be spreading Jesus Christ all over what they do, they may not be born of the Spirit. They may never be. I'm not in control of that. And what I believe or don't believe doesn't affect their eternity per se. The Almighty determined where they're going to spend forever and why. It's by His determination, not even their own. That's part of the weirdness of this, is that with the doctrine of election, predestination, that's a synonym for it. You can look it up. And I've got biblical evidence, strong evidence, that the Almighty determines it all, not based on our performance. It's based on His determining what He decided He wanted to do and accomplish. So the research library that I've compiled has been distributed to the world leaders. Bill Cooper's in there. There is so much. You can see who is in there if you want by exploring it, if you care to. From health and wellness to all the topics I previously mentioned. Now, yesterday when I went down this way, there was the project of the one of the parking lots was well underway to being paved, like mostly done, and I'm going to see if I can park in there today. That'd be nice. If not, I'll find a place to park. It was kind of windy too, so we've got an offshore wind, 10 to 15 mile an hour gusts, so it makes it sound really loud out there, so I really don't want to go out on the beach much unless it's calmed down or I find a quiet space to do it. So my FedEx delivery man yesterday, I was able to talk to for a while. He was pretty aware of some of the things that I talk about, enough to know that there's some high strangeness going on in the world today. He knew who Klaus Schwab is. Well, I've sent my research library to multiple profiles of his and the World Economic Forum. I think they should knock it off, what they're doing. And I'm not able to, go to the, to take heavy equipment and unload cow manure on their doorstep or whatever the farmers are doing. I'm not necessarily against that. I just am in a position that's different. I'm sharing information that these people that believe we live in a godless cosmic Big Bang, including Elon Musk, may want to reconsider their position on that. I used to be an atheist, and I used to believe we lived on a spinning water ball hurling through space. I found out that was a false beliefs. We don't live on a spinning globe. It's a stationary level creation with the firmament above us. I can't go in here. I would like to. Nobody behind me, so I can pivot this. They've got a ways to go yet. You can maybe see that there. Wow, that's going to be nice. Starting March 1st, then the lots will all be paid parking, like $3 or $4 an hour. Bummer. I'll have to do these earlier because I'm not going to pay that to park all day and hang out at the beach. I can't afford it. And yet I'm exposing what could revolutionize the power structure of the world. We don't have an energy shortage. It's just that the power is in the wrong hands. I want to bring the power back to the people. I don't know if it's back to the people. So I'll have it linked up in my comments, but you can check that out. It's a patriotic number. And then the hashtag of my name. You can put that in a search if you care to. I wanted to go to a place with better parking, and actually I'll be able to see the sun, or we will be able to. I'll be able to see the actual sun, and unless you're here on the beach, what you're going to see is a digital broadcast of it and a rendering on your end within your device. So what led to all this is I wanted to know, first off, was I actually born again? The answer was no. Even though I did a lot of ministry activity, I was spiritually deader than a hammer and didn't know it. And what I had found out is that I had been finding out a lot of information about the false nature of our reality, the make-believe, the deception, the grand illusion, similar to the matrix that we're living in. So in the simulation hypothesis, we're definitely living in many simulated potential outcomes. I'm in this base reality right now, and what you're seeing is a digital rendering of it, the capture, transmission, reassembly of it, the storage of it, and all that. All that being said, when I had been given this information about the grand illusion that we're living in, I had wondered, for example, when I'm operating my phone and I send an email or I'm watching a video, that information is all around, and I'm accessing it with a tool, a special tool that is, well, like Arthur C. Clarke said, any sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic. How did all this stuff come about? Well, apparently it's fallen angel technology, and I'll use it. I'll use it to expose the truth about everything. Worldwide, around the clock. There's not enough of me being able to talk one-to-one with a person. I've been viewed over 40 million times. Some of those people that saw me at the Flat Earth International Conference series, I went to all of them, put on by Robbie Davidson. A lot of people saw me there, saw my name, heard me saying, "Do you feel yourself spinning, wobbling, or gyrating?" No, we live on a stationary level Earth. That's one of the actual realities that I've got substantial proof for, and you can verify it for yourself. We don't have toilet water flying out on people in Australia because of gravity. Well, hello, it's just water seeking its level. That's what it does. Whether you're in the great outdoors relieving yourself or in the Ritz-Carlton and whatever, doesn't matter. That's my friend Chris. Yeah, it's a cold day. That water temperature is probably in the 30s. 30s, 40s maybe, something like that. Plenty cold. All right, well, I can see it coming, and it'll be here in just a couple of minutes. It's worth taking a walk out there and showing you, and I'm going to decode some of that right now. The way that this looks, it's obvious that the, let me see, it's obvious that we've got a small local sun. People don't like that. That's not my concern what people like or don't like. I just am compelled to expose the truth about it all. People are making critical lifetime decisions based on what they believe to be true, and in many cases, it is not true. It is false. Ooh. Just wanted to confirm that that's secure. So people can do that, or they can take a picture of that. If the sun were 1.5 million Earth sizes and 93 million miles away, it would be lit up all across, not just that bright spot in the middle of the view. I'll show you. Okay, let's just zoom in over the top of this. See that? See how it's not lit up there and it's lit up there? See that? It's a local sun. People don't like it, think it's crazy. Well, it's biblical, it's reality. Do with it what you will. See the little bright spot in the middle? Now in the summertime, that sun is going to come up way over there from this vantage point. It's just the way it is. Right, guys? Gals? So in the course of this activity, I've met thousands of people that come on out here, whether it's from the Prince Resort, whether they're staying here or they're locals. Met a lady from Canada yesterday. One of my subscribers saw me out there at the beach entrance, just down on Sea Mountain Highway, and it was nice to meet her. She brought her friend out there. Hey, thank you so much. And they just stopped off at the beach before they were going to go to the airport. Okay, there we go. There it is. See how stationary that is? Now, the lie is that we're rotating towards the sun over 1,000 miles an hour. That's not happening. Let me do that. See, it's like a laser beam going across the water, hitting the tops of the waves and then the beach there. Once I saw it, I couldn't unsee it. That's the way it is. Nice. Beautiful ride. All right. So I've got a detox protocol that covers a lot. The information today is part of that. The information that I can't really elaborate on specifically, or my channel would get taken down. If you're not sure what it is that I'm talking about, you could give me a call. You could send me a link, or you could text me if you want. I prefer real-time conversations to be able to know if I'm interacting with a human being or perhaps an automated machine learning device, a computer system. It's cool and crisp. It feels great out here. And then later on today, it's going to be close to 60 degrees and sunny. So I'll be out on the motorcycle, I'm sure. So I want to thank you all for your public and private encouragement. Let me flip this around. It's a liquid mirror, a sea level liquid mirror. People, I've been out here for weddings, seen weddings. I've got photos of them and video. Weddings, memorials, babies walking on the beach for the first time, or, you know, just lifetime memories being developed here, captured here, rendered. Spectacular. That's why I live here. It was providential, predetermined by the Almighty. The year before, in 2019, we had over 20 million guests visit the Grand Strand. That's 60 miles of ocean front in the Myrtle Beach area. So the big question, I say that the truth is the most important. Where will you spend forever and why? Who determines that? And it's important to have an accurate answer. So it's a battle between good and evil. Those that are in the Almighty's family go to heaven forever, and El Diablo, Lucifer, Satan, the fallen, and the fallen angels and Satan's children all get to go to hell. So whether you like it, believe it or not, the situational awareness is an accurate rendering of the reality. what is the reality that you're aware of? How accurate is your perspective? Is it true, or is it your own wishful thinking? I don't know. I'm not sure. Good morning. So there you go. That's why I do this. It's not to please you or others. It's to live out my purpose. And I found out what that purpose was and is, and I live it out daily. How in the world would I get real-time information? Do I go left or right? Do I take the motorcycle or the car? Do I stay at home? What do I do? Well, I'll do as much as I can with the direction and protection of the Almighty. So there you go. I want to thank you all so much. Feel free to reach out anytime you like.